What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year 2023. It's going to be a great year. Why? Why is it going to be a great year? Because I'm getting my butt back on the trail. That's why I'm so pumped. So last year we didn't do a lot of hiking. Obviously, just had a baby in May, had to take care of the baby. Baby's starting to sleep through the night more and more. And I need to condition for my potential Pacific Crest Trail through hike next year. I've already started conditioning. I'm actually 2 months early in what I usually do for backpacking trips because I want to just be super fit over the top. There is a state park about 20 minutes away from me. There's a 20-mile loop around that state park. It's Raccoon Creek State Park for people in the area. Start out with my little favorite loop, goes around the lake. It's about 12 miles. And then once I feel really good there and I'm not sore or anything, then I do the full 20. And once I do the full 20, I kind of stick with that for a couple weekends. And then I go out to another state park called Oil Creek, which is a 36-mile loop of the Girard hiking trail. That's one of my favorite state parks out there. I do an overnight there, try to do the 36 miles in 2 days. And then once I feel really good about myself there, I'm ready for a longer backpacking trip. So I got my notes here. Just want to give everybody a little channel update, starting with the conditioning plan. So my plan for this year is every other weekend, I'm going to be up at Raccoon Creek State Park doing that 20-mile loop when I'm not going on a backpacking trip. I've been doing some like at-home workout stuff here, typical stuff that I usually do, stepping it up on the weight training a little bit. I got to lose my my belly. I was a little complacent. I had we'll call it just minor surgery last year toward the end of the year. Nothing major. I'm all good. No need to worry about anything. Just something that we wanted done and needed to be in recovery for a little bit. So no working out. I'm good now though, so don't worry. I don't need any comments. We're good. It's not that kind of surgery. Anyway, I also wanted to talk about some new gear. Actually, I got a couple pieces of new gear right here. We got this backpack. This is the Evolved Supply Company Ranger, new backpack to try out this year. And also I have a new 2023 Light AF Curve backpack. So we're gonna have some videos coming out about both of these packs in the very near future, if not possibly next week or 2 weeks from now. I also, speaking of new gear, have found literally the greatest thing in the world. They're called lock laces, and I got this idea from Dixie over at Homemade Wanderlust. Didn't know really anything about them. I think I've tried something similar in the past and they just didn't work, but the lock lace brand specifically is actually really cool. And what they are is they're just replacement laces that you don't have to tie. They're like elastic or shock cord material with a cord lock that you can then cinch down on your shoe. And I've been using them up at my conditioning assignments at Raccoon Creek for a couple weeks now, in my daily shoes here, just walking around the house, and they're not slipping, which the last pair that I had, not lock laces, some other brand, probably some knockoff brand, and they're doing great. I just always seem to get untied shoelaces in the middle of the trail, which is one of the reasons why I wear Dirty Girl gaiters, because they kind of keep my shoelaces in and tied and not snagged on anything. But if I feel like I don't need those gaiters, I'm definitely going to drop them. Been having some problems, some quality control issues with my Altra, not the Lone Peaks, but just any other model. Temps, Solstice, which is what I use for cross training. Just not good quality these days, and I'm very hesitant to spend, they're $130 now. When I used to buy my, the 3.5s, they were like 90 bucks all day long on Amazon, and I don't know what Altra is doing. I don't know if it's just part of the inflation, but they're not honoring their warranty. I tried to get my Solstices, the cross trainers, replaced under warranty after like 3 weeks because first of all, the tag fell off, the tag on the front of the tongue. The heel cup was literally just falling apart, both sides. There was fraying all around the outside edges with the stitching, and it was starting to delaminate. And I went to Altra's warranty, which is usually pretty good, at least they were, on my through hike, and they just said normal wear and tear. I probably walked maybe 4 miles in these things because I've been kind of wearing out my temps, and I just wanted to try them, walking the dogs around the neighborhood, and they're just completely falling apart. So, $130 for a pair of shoes that falls apart in 2 weeks, that's just not something that I want to support. So I just want to give kind of heads up to you guys. If you're looking at the new Lone Peaks, whatever number they're on now, I don't know, be very careful that you're not wasting your money there. There's other companies out there, and I'm looking into them. So if you have any suggestions, let me know down there in the comments, because man, I hope that they get their act together and it was just like a bad batch or something. Anyway, let's see, trip plans this year. We're doing about 350 miles of trail this year. It's already planned. Some of the things I want to do is revisit some trails that I've done before, but I also want to do, let's see, I got 3 new trails this year that are in the works. Trips that I've done in the past, I'm going to revisit the Laurel Highlands hiking trail. I know I've done that trail probably like 300 times now, but it's just a really good place to see how your feet are doing at the beginning of a hiking season. Another trail I want to hit up is the infamous Pemi Loop up in New Hampshire. I've been saying I'm going to go up here for years. This is the year that I'm going to do the Pemi Loop. Another thing I want to do is check out, if you guys remember in 2019 when I thru hiked the AT, Waya bald. It was the Frozen episode where I woke up and everything was just like solid sheet ice everywhere. I didn't get a good view on the watchtower or the fire tower, whatever that was up there. And that's something that I want to go back and do. So I'm planning a 55-mile loop between the AT and the Bartram Trail. So if you have any info about that trail, let me know, because I think it's Waya and Chioa, right at, like around the NOC, the NOC, which is the Nantahala Outdoor Centers for people that don't know. So I'm going to be doing some hiking around there, good conditioning. I also want to go back to the Shenandoahs and do a loop hike there I found on alltrails.com. I really like the Shenandoahs. I thought they were just really easy hiking and just beautiful scenery and just a great place to go. At the end of the year, I'm going to plan on doing the Foothills Trail again, which is, I think it's like 77 miles down in South Carolina, North Carolina. And I'm going to do it the opposite way of what we did the first time, because I'm not climbing up to the tallest peak on the first day with all that gear. Again, I'd rather slowly, manage getting to elevation and then going downhill the last day. That's the plan. And I might be doing that trip with Marika from the AT thru hike. So we shall see about that. Possibly there's a 4th trip in this, and that would be in October, but that's gonna be really highly dependent on if I can get a backpacking permit for the Grand Canyon. And October is like the busiest time for the Grand Canyon, so I'm not even gonna include it on this list, but it's definitely a possibility. Let's talk PCT, Pacific Crest Trail. What I'm shooting for, and the reason why this is still up in the air, you need a permit. And if I can't get a permit, I'm not going to illegally do the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm gonna try, my family is gonna help me log in, whatever we need to do to get that permit. I'm currently shooting for the end of March next year, but I can't officially announce that I'm hiking the trail until I have the permit. The plan, if I don't have the permit, is to possibly, a couple things could happen. I really want to thru hike something again. So possibly the Continental Divide Trail next year if I can't manage a PCT permit. If I feel like, and personally I don't feel like I'm ready for a Continental Divide Trail, the grizzly bears, the mountain lions, the cougars, worries me, because I will be going solo, unfortunately, on the PCT. Marika actually had planned on going with me, but some things came up, some great work opportunities, and I get it, he just can't pass it up. So I planned on meeting people on the PCT for the dangerous sections like the Sierras. The CDT, there's not, to my knowledge at least, there's not many people that hike that, and it's gonna be quite interesting if I have to go over to the CDT. Another option is to do the JMT, the AZT, the Arizona Trail, John Muir Trail, and maybe a couple other trails over the course of several months. I have the money saved up. In fact, I'm $2,000 away from saying that I can take a good solid 6 months off of work and our finances will not suffer. It's been really hard with inflation. Every time I kind of get to that magic number, inflation comes and just smacks me in the face and is like, nope, you need more money. The channel is paying for the PCT hike, so I could not even think about this without you guys. So again, I always say this, but thank you for watching. Last topic on my list is I want to do another question and answer session that we did. I think it was last year we did this, and it was really, really successful. This question and answer session is probably in about 3 weeks, first week of February, and it's just going to specifically be about Appalachian Trail thru hiker questions. So the AT thru hikers are about to start, right? They start maybe mid-February, mid-March to late April, in between that section. So I'd like to just, post on the Facebook groups, if you guys have any questions, come into the chat. I'll be happy to answer anything you guys want. So that's it. It's either gonna be on Wednesday in February, the first week of February, or it's more than likely Saturday, probably around 8 p.m. or so, maybe 8:30. So if you can make it, if we're not getting a lot of AT questions, I will focus specifically on backpacking questions. So I'd love to see you guys there. And I think that's all I have on my list. Yes, went over everything. Oh, well, I forgot about one piece of new gear. I reached back out to Z-Packs because I heard that they had updated the only complaint I had about the Plexamid, which is their one-person tent. It's now called the Plex Solo. I almost said Solplex, which is another model. But the Plex Solo doesn't have that goofy roof thing with the titanium bars in it. It's just, I think it's 4 extra inches up top into a point, kind of like the Duplex, which is a very popular 2-person tent that they make. So I am very interested to get my hands on that. Apparently it's supposed to ship in the next couple days, so I will give you guys a tour, a little first looks, and that's probably what we're gonna use, what I'm gonna use most of the time this year. We will have a hammock trip or two, especially in the Shenandoahs, because there's not a lot of flat spots from what I'm reading on that trail loop that I want to do. And the main tent spots are like really popular. They're gonna be picked over. So I'll do some dispersed camping or something like that, some back rustic or backwoods or whatever you call it, camping there with the hammock. And honestly, I can't wait because I haven't really used my, where is it? Where'd my hammock go? It's somewhere up there. Haven't really used my Dream Hammock monolight hammock once, or a lot. I think I've maybe used it for, heck, 5 nights now. So really looking forward to that. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about, go ahead and comment below. Please let me know your shoe recommendations. As much as I hate doing this, it took me forever to find the Altra brand with the Lone Peaks. But I don't know. I'm not gonna support a company that doesn't stand behind their products. Just not gonna do it. Like nothing. It's not gonna get a recommendation from me anymore, especially the way they handled the situation. So thank you guys again for watching. Let me know your recommendations. Let me know about the current Lone Peak situation. Are they falling apart early? I'd love to hear what's happening in the Altra world. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the trail very, very soon, guys. Thank you.